In today's video, I'm going to show you how to hot tap 3-inch main line using a corp stop, saddle, and connect to a poly main line here at Bidwell Canyon Farms channel. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Bidwell Canyon Farm, the realest channel on all of YouTube. Today we have a super unique project I wanted to bring you along on. Let me show you what we have going on. Let me flip you around however I can do that. I don't know how to do that. I'm just gonna stop this. Okay, so what we have going on is we have a 3-inch galvanized water line. This is under pressure. It runs a bazillion miles up that mountain to a spring. It's full of water, it's fully charged, and there's no way to shut it off. So what we're going to have to do is hot tap into this using a hole saw and a bunch of specialized tools. Once we get tapped into our main water source, we'll then connect this 1-inch 200 psi poly pipe. Here is the table full of parts that I will need to make this job happen. First is the saddle that will fit around the 3-inch galvanized pipe, connecting firmly using this big gasket to the pipe. The saddle is then cinched equally to manufacturer specs and gives us a port to connect to using a corp stop or corporation stop. And then we'll connect all of our stainless parts. This will then go underground, come up into this barb fitting, into a bushing to neck down to a 3/4. Then we'll make our transition to PEX. So that's a 3/4 male to shark bite PEX fitting. And we'll run that into this 3/4 shut off and then be able to shut that off there under the house or out by the source at the corp stop. Now we'll also need our Teflon tape, our Teflon paste. We'll need a torch to heat up the poly pipe. We'll need some form of cutter to cut the poly pipe to length, wire brush to clean any fittings. You're also going to want a socket to tighten up the nuts on the saddle. Large crescent, probably a channel lock, couple crescents. Here's a pipe wrench. And this is the hot tapping machine. It's from a company called Aquatap. This is a Mach 1. I just got this thing. It was $2,000, and I don't really know honestly what in this thing is worth that much, but I'll show you in just a second. Okay, so this is exactly how this unit came to me. I got it without the drill. The drill was $200 extra, which would have put it at $2,200. So I opted out of the drill. Still came in a nice carrying case. You have a bunch of different connections. You have your hole saws. This is a Blue Mole Extreme Tungsten Carbide teeth. They said this would cut through that galvanized steel. It has a set screw and it connects to the end of this unit. I mean, maybe this is worth like $1,000 because it's so special. These are all three the same size. They're 11/16 or 17 millimeter. Comes with 3 11/16 and then 3 7/8. These are made in the USA. It comes with an Allen key for tightening the hole saw onto the internal shaft here. And it comes with this, which I have absolutely no idea what this does. I've looked at all the parts and I do not see anywhere this fits. And then it comes with some drill bits, which have a coupon retaining bit. They're 7/32 drill bits, and they have these little wires that are strung through there to retain the coupon once you drill through whatever you're tapping into. And it comes with a little extra wire so you can cut off new coupon retainers the more jobs you do. Since we are using a 1-inch national pipe thread on our corp stop, it's actually going to fit on like this and thread into there. You'll then open this valve, run your hole saw through the corp stop, and then your hole saw will contact the main pipe. The 3-inch pipe will be here through the saddle. I've never done a hot tap. I've seen it done. Shout out Tyson. Right now I'm going to get my fittings all thread pasted and tightened up and ready to go. Let's open up this corp stop for the first time. We put these under quite a bit of pressure at the factory. Okay. And as long as you open that up nice and even with the sidewall, that hole saw can fit right down in there. And here's a good time to use your little wire brush. Just clean those threads out, get any debris. So let's go mount our saddle. There's a couple things you want to be careful for when you do that, and I'll point those out coming up real quick. Let's do it. So we need to make sure this is super clean. I have some emery cloth. And what you want to make sure of is your two threaded parts are equally tight on both the top and the bottom, and both sides are equal. So to do that, I'll show you a little trick of the trade. No whammies, no whammies. Typically, you would want to have your saddle in a slightly upward angle. We have a totally unique situation here, and so I think orientation like this that would match that curve at a 90 where those barb fittings are going to go in down here, which I think is going to require me to cut a little of this away. I like it. That looks like it's gonna work great. What I'll do now, since this is the final position, I'm going to tighten up my saddle right here at this spot. But here's the little trick of the trade I promised you. You can grab your tape measure and measure your threads off of the nut. So here we're right at 5 stinks, 5 strong. That's right on 5 stinks. Kind of visually inspect everything. Looks pretty cool. I'll leave links to all these parts. Just under 3/8, right under 3/8, little over 3/8, and quite a bit under 3/8. So I definitely need to tighten up on this back one here. If for some reason we see a leak once we make that hot tap, we can always add a little more. But you just, once you're that tight, you kind of want to just say, okay, let's see what happens. Time to tighten up our corpus stop. Get that nice and snug here. And now that everything on the saddle is so tight, you can put a pretty good torque on this. I think we'll be good. Okay, this is where I'm starting to get nervous because I've never actually done this on my own. I've only seen it done. So we will see how I do. And of course, you guys are right along with me. So if I screw up horrible, you'll know it. And I'll know it as well. All right, let's go get the hot tap. Let's see if it's worth 2,000 smackaroonies. Let's see, I'm gonna be on drill. So I'm going to now thread on. I'm gonna start with a backwards. There's the click, and I'm going to thread that on now. I think just crazy hand tight should be pretty decent. Okay. So, okay, now I'm all the way through the corp stop there. Tighten this a little more by hand here. Okay, wish me luck. I'm assuming some water is going to be spraying or misting or leaking out of this connection because there's no seal. I'm hoping the coupon stays on that drill bit. Fingers crossed there. Let's go for it. Forward. Okay. Yeah, see, so there's a little water. Now the teeth have engaged, and it's going to take a while to drive through that. Putting quite a bit of pressure. Here we come. There we go. We made it through. Now let's hope that coupon has been retained. Let's take our drill off. Okay, now we should be able to turn the corp stop off. Whew, that was a good workout, guys. All right, let's turn our corp stop off. I am tuckered. So that went smooth, you know, as smooth as I hoped. I have like massive carpal tunnel now, but other than that, we're in really good shape. Now we can undo our extremely expensive fitting that leaks. And we are tapped in. What we want to see is the coupon at the end of this. Let's have a look. Did we retain the coupon? Oh yeah, we did. You can see that held on nicely. That is a thick son of a gun. That's a 1/4 inch thick galvanized steel pipe. The bit looks still sharp, has some bite to the teeth. So yeah, it took a while to punch through, but we did it. I think that's plenty tight. Okay. Now we can kind of double check if that's going to be the ticket. Looks like the ticket to me. When I get that heat on that poly, you'll see it glass over in certain spots. There's a little glass. I don't think you really want to breathe whatever smoke's coming up off this thing. Kind of got a headache doing a lot of these one day. Didn't like it. Okay, so we're nice and hot. Put a little in the inside. Oh yeah, we're glassy. And we're gonna just slide this right in, easy. See how nice and easy that went in? And what we don't want is things to malform and kink below. So we're gonna hold it while we get this fitting installed. And we wanna kind of keep this portion that's so warm while it cools. You see how flexible that stuff got. So we're gonna hold that for a while because that's pretty warm. Folks, the moment of truth. Here we go. Here it comes. Let's see what happens. Oh, bloop. See there? Crank it up a little. Get all the goop out of there. Oh boy, it's coming at me. So here's all those metal shavings that were retained inside the housing. Here's the coupon, which was retained nicely. Pretty cool system. Worth $2,000. I don't know. That's the question. How many of these are you gonna do in your life? That's what you gotta ask yourself. I have no idea if I'm ever gonna do another one, but it's pretty handy if you do have to tap into a gravity-fed system. I'll make this final connection over by the house and get my shut off installed, my PEX shut off, this guy. Then I'll be able to pressure test everything from there to the house, and then we'll know that we can connect our PEX and get everything hooked up in the house. All right. Hey, I hope this video helped you out, guys. Thanks so much for watching. I'm about to call it a day. Shaka, thanks.